Alright, as this tries to fall off the tripod, that's a whole lot of face. We don't even see that much of my face. Anyway, so using this camera, since this is the only camera that can, like, charge and record all at the same time, because I'm an idiot and don't remember to charge my cameras. Anyway, adulting. So yeah, today was a double feature day, and we saw 21 Bridges and Knives Out, and so this is about 21 Bridges, or as I tend to have notated when I saw the trailers, Mad Bridges, but New York does have Mad Bridges and Tunnels, so here we go. As always, I will go into spoilers later, so right now I'm just gonna quickly just kind of sum things up. The movie is about Chadwick Boseman, who is a cop killer? Like, he's not really a killer, but his character, you know, has met with, like, internal affairs to be like, tend to kill a lot of people, man, you know, and he's like the guy who's like really good at finding people who kill cops and all that shit. Anywho, as you can see in the trailer, something went down, bunch of cops die. He's, you know, brought in to be part of the case, yada huda ha. And then, you know, they shut the island down and, as he said, flood it with blue, which, like, when that scene happened, I was, like, I just leaned over to Paul, I was like, God, like, Paul just went, God damn, and I just turned to him and I said, yeah, they're acting like the Joker is out there and they really gotta get him, you know, because, you know, cops can definitely get the Joker of all things. Anyway, so, a lot of crazy shit ensues, and just, like, I enjoyed that this movie was very straightforward. There wasn't any, like, bullshit to it, you know? I also like that this movie wasn't, like this pro-cop movie, you know, because a lot of times, like, you know, when you watch a lot of movies, it's like this, like, pro-military kind of movie, like, yeah, America, fuck yeah, we're gonna go fight, that's what we do. It's like, no, we're kind of really fuck things up, you know, especially this movie's about NYPD, and, you know, because they know what the fuck they're doing half the time. And so a lot of this movie was like, hey, guess what? Nah, fuck them, you know? This movie was a lot. They did not hold any of their punches when they were calling them out on shit. And especially watching a movie, I'm getting really loud, it is like 1 a.m. Especially a movie like this that takes place in New York, while you're watching it in Manhattan, and a lot of shit like that's going on, the audience response is, like, lovely. It's like, the audience response was great. Because, like, they'll have, like, whatever reaction, people in the audience is like, like, just, like, this perfect one. Or, like, people be like, oh, you know, just perfect. Like, you're just like, yep, because, man, unless you're here, there's certain things you don't know, man. But anyway, there's a series of events that happen, and, you know, comes to a head, all that stuff. Like I said, I enjoyed it very much, you know. Paul enjoyed it, we went with his buddy Sean, and, like, he enjoyed, like, we all enjoyed it. It was very good. Like, it was also a movie where, like, again, the audience experience was great, because, like, again, we all collectively had the same kind of, like, response to things. Again, because we're talking about the NYPD here, so we all have the same feeling about them. You know? So when shit would happen, we're like, because there's no way anyone in that audience was like, I don't want to be like anti-cop, but it was just funny because it's like, if you aren't a big fan of the NYPD, this movie is definitely not gonna, like, it's not gonna, you know, none of this, like, what's that meme where the guy's like, change my mind? Yeah, this movie is definitely you watching it and being like, yeah, knew that. Yep. Fucking knew it. Of course. Yeah, fuck them, you know? Like, this kind of shit. Especially recently with this whole, like, fair evasion kind of, but whatever. Anyway, had to be nice to a cop the other day. Super nice, because I was trying to get to work and it was Thanksgiving. Had to, like, show my work ID and was like, I have to go through here. I know there's a parade. Please let me pass through. And he's just like, fine. Like, reluctantly letting me pass. And I was like, yeah, bitch, I gotta go work. Like, shit, man. The train's already on holiday schedule, and I'm already, like, technically half an hour later than I'm supposed to be. Like, bitch, move on. Anyway, so really can't say more about this movie, and then I'll go into spoilers. But anyway, yeah. So 1, 2, 3 spoilers. All right. So what you don't see in the trailer is that this was like literally like a lot of bad luck happened. Like it's like a series of events that lead up to whatever, and then like it's just all bad luck and timing and all that shit, which kind of culminates to this entire movie. So what you don't see in the trailer, besides like a bunch of cops getting killed, is that these two dudes, Taylor Kitsch and this other dude, I'm gonna look it up in a second, but like the two of them, they go into like this kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a wine store, a winery, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, they go into this thing, and they think they're gonna, just, get some cocaine, so then they can, like, give it to this guy to sell it. They're, like, kind of pushers on that. And then, like, they go into, like, the freezer, and it's, like, Maui, wowie, like, it's like cocaine, like, oh my god. I looked at that and I was like, yo, give me some of that shit. I got a lot of debt to pay off. Oh my god, yo, I can get rid of this fucking house and get something a lot better. Holy fuck. I was like, woo! And then when the dude, like, tested out, he's like, this is uncut, this is pure. And I was like, oh! Oh, and I'm, like, definitely, not advocating for drug use. I am not. Especially not cocaine. But, bitch, sometimes you need to make... it was like the joke I made, that if I finally didn't get, like, a regular day job, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to sell drugs or my body or both at the same time, because, in this economy. What's the other guy's name? Stephen James. Where have I seen him? I was like, that was English. Oh, he played Jesse Owens. Oh my god, he was, what's his name in If Beale Street Could Talk, duh. I was like, why does he look so familiar? Like, oh my god, I'm a fucking moron. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was Taylor Kitsch. Also, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Taylor Kitsch, that you're in a movie that doesn't suck, Like, bless your heart. Anyway, so, adjust my chair here. Anyway, so, they get, like, a fuck ton, like, they grab a fuck ton of, like, tote bags, like, or, from the wine store, put a bunch of, like, I think it's, like, 50 things of, like, I was about to say 50 things of kilo, like I said, it is, like, 1 in the morning. Anyway, it's 50 things of cocaine, and they're, like, get out of it, which then walking out of it like this, I was like, that looks like me walking out of Trader Joe's, just, like, mad tote bags, like, ah, I got some smoked salmon, I got bagels now, like, wow, crazy bitch. And they get into a Beamer of all things. Anyway, all this crazy shit. So, of course, cops die, and Taylor Kitsch's character is just like, he is a marksman, just pow, pow, pow. You're like, damn, dude, like, Jesus Christ. So, anywho, like, all this shit happens, and then fucking, what do you call it? So, pretty much, it's like, wrong place, wrong time, cops are there, all that stuff, then, more cops get killed, all this shit, and then it's the whole thing of, like, we gotta get rid of this cocaine, get our money, and then, like, we have to disappear, obviously, because, like, was like 7 to 8 cops, yeah, 8 cops lost their lives, so, like, you've seen it where it's, like, a cop gets shot, and then, like, the whole force wants to, like, fuck anyone up, just because they think it might be you, like, that kind of shit. Anywho, so all that shit happens, and they, like, go to this dude, and they try to, like, they get their money, and then they go to frickin' Bashir, and I was like, is that Bashir? I'm like, oh my god, I like that Bashir has a comeback, especially with my ass, like, watching, just rewatching Star Trek and shit, or maybe he hasn't really, wait, when was he in Game of Thrones? I'm, like, looking at his, like, IMDb, I'm like, when was he in fucking Game of Thrones? Wait, it's not a comeback, he's always been working. Well, fuck that. Okay? I just haven't noticed him. I'm an idiot. Anyway. So yeah, they get their money. They go to Bashir to, like, he's, like, the guy that helps. He's the guy that, like, what's the word? I don't know if the word launder is the right word for this. But anyway, he's the guy that, like, I guess technically launders, because he takes your physical money and then gives you digital money, and then you could go to, like, the Bahamas or some shit. So he's the guy that helps, like, everyone. Like, they even called him, like, Switzerland. You know, he helps cops, he helps people. He's just like, yo, I help you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. And of course, like, cops show up there, they kill him. He's got flash drives in there. That's all fully documented of, like, you know, police corruption. And oh, yeah, this movie is totally about police corruption, all that stuff. And you know, like, how many times you'll watch, like episodes of Law and Order, like, a good example. And it's, like, like, you know, how an episode you think it's like, we just found a dead body, it might just be, you know, whatever a jogger found it in Central Park as always, you know, but it turns out it was like because of a corrupt cop and a thing and a blah blah, and it's like that, but this entire movie is like that episode of Law and Order, but obviously much more well written and a larger budget, you know, and oh man, like this movie just, like, I definitely enjoyed, like, all that shit. I also enjoyed that obviously Chadwick's character was not corrupt. Like, initially it comes off kind of like he might be trigger happy because it was like, oh, you've been in this for, what was it, like 10 years or some shit like that. Like, he's been in it for a chunk of time, and practically every year he fired his weapon, like, and it killed, like, not just fired his weapon, but like killed someone, you know, every year. And so they're kind of like, yo, dude, like, I don't think this is okay. But because, you know, they set it up like that, within the movie, he's like, he fires his gun the least out of everyone else, and also is the most restrained to fire his weapon, where everyone else is just kind of like, I gotta get him, gotta get him, bang, bang, gotta get, like, everyone's just so insane. And then you see how, like, what do you call that, like, the teaming up with the FBI guys are trying to, like, plant a gun, and, like, all this crazy shit. And it's like, oh my god. And then he's, like, working with this lady. He's working with Sienna Miller. And, like, and she's a piece of shit. Like, everyone's a piece of shit but him. And, like, oh my god. It was great that they got, like, J.K. Simmons in it. To just be, like, just that angry old white man cop that, you know, you always see. Keith David's in it. But you can't really have a movie where, like, there's, like, a lead character who's black. And they're talking about, like, family and what's the word I'm looking for? It's, and I really shouldn't be doing reviews past midnight. Whatchamacallit, and like family, friends, all that stuff. And like Keith David, you know, his voice I think his voice is still used to like try to get you to be part of the Navy and all that stuff. So it's like, of course, Keith David. Who else is in it? I'm like looking at IMDb. But anyway, I was very proud of Taylor Kitsch. He made it through like half the movie. Yeah, like by the third act, like, you know, by cue the third act music, there's my lip skin. But yeah, once, I don't think they really cued the third act music, but it was pretty close. But pretty much once it's like, his death ended the second act, and like, I mean, I knew his character wasn't gonna last long. Like, I knew, like, obviously the focus was on the main guy, but yeah, like, it was just kind of crazy how, like, you know, Taylor Kitsch's character just never got shot, and he was, like, perfect marksman, and then he just got one in the tummy, and it's like, that's how, well, he didn't just die like that, just because Chadwick also, like, shot him, you know, that's how he really died. But anyway, not much else to say, but, like, I enjoyed this, and I love how, like, there's one part towards the end, and you see in the trailer where, you know, the Chadwick and the guy are both, like, on, like, the subway together, which, okay, I'll go into the whole, like, these parts were certainly not filmed in New York in a second. Anyway, so they're in there, and it's, like, you know, it's the, what do you call that, like, the third act, like, you know, the climax of it, and so then you see, like, someone in the back, and it's, you know, Sienna Miller's character, and she shoots it. And we knew that was going to happen, you know. Like you could kind of tell that was going to happen. You could kind of tell because she was so mad that Chadwick's character didn't shoot Michael, you know, that she wanted to be like, again, exact revenge, just trying to kill them, no questions asked, all that stuff. And I love this one dude in the back. She shoots through the door, gets freaking Michael, and everyone in the audience is like, no! And Paul and I were like, saw that coming. And this dude in the back just goes, Bumbleclaw! I was like, yes, exactly. She is a Bumbleclaw. You know, like, perfect response to that. perfect response to that. But anyway, yeah, like, and then I guess you would call that more like like an epilogue or something of the movie where just Chadwick goes to, J.K. Simmons' house and decides to, like, I don't know if the words wreck shop is the best way to put it, but just kind of like, just settle things. That's it. To settle things. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to talk about things that obviously weren't shot in Manhattan. Because I forgot to write down the trailers and all that stuff, so I'm like, I'll barely remember any of that. So, yes, most of it, like, especially the nighttime shots, like the exterior stuff, not all, but good exterior stuff. Obviously, when they have to show the bridges and the several streets, yes, that stuff was New York. A couple times you saw it was that actual alleyway in Chinatown, which isn't really an alleyway, it's just a very tiny street, because there are no alleys in New York. Anything that may possibly be an alleyway, it's not open to people, you know what I mean? There's always like a gate, and you got a key and all that shit. And it's funny because people are always like, man, like, New York is always portrayed with alleyways, and you guys should have alleyways because the garbage and it's nasty. And I'm like, you guys watch Law and Order, right? Do you need any more crime and bodies and shit? You know what I mean? Like, do y'all not know what goes on in this fucking city? I mean, like, things have gotten a lot better through the years, but, and I love how people are like, no, because, like, I'm from Chicago, I'm from LA or whatever, and we have alleyways and they're, like, the best. And it's like, yeah, I get it, because you don't want to, like, see garbage, but like, just seeing garbage on the curb, does that really bother y'all that much? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I gotta throw shit up on the curb, like, what, I don't know. It's just, shit like that always gets me with people where I'm like, why y'all mad about alleyways? Are you upset that you were lied to from movies and TV that New York has alleys? But anyway, there was like, the subway part, that was not New York subways. I was like, is this like Chicago subways like that? It's not LA. LA trains don't like that. I don't know. A couple times I went to Chicago, I didn't take their public transit. Like, I just fucking, we had a car and stuff like that. My brain just stopped for a second there. Sorry. There's a part where, they were like, oh, we found the vehicle in Chinatown, da-da-da. And they did. They were on the Manhattan Bridge. They crossed through, like, that archway where you get to Canal Street, all that stuff. That was Manhattan. But then they're entering Chinatown, and there's like a little, like, kind of Chinesey, you heard me, archway. And I'm like, that's Boston. I'm like, that's Boston. Or wait, is that Boston or is Chicago? I don't know. Both, like, no, I think it's more Boston. I don't recall Chicago having it. Anyway, that's not the fucking point. It was like, because those are the spots that actually have, like, the little Asian-y, like, archway. Like, when you enter Chinatown in Manhattan, it's like, you literally just, like, walk through and you're like, you start walking and it's like, oh, cool. Like, look, there's an Apple store. There's, like Armani Exchange, everything suddenly in Chinese. You're like, that's what it is. You're like, oh, here I am, Or suddenly you're like, oh, Little Italy, like, oh, these pizza shops and pasta. And all of a sudden, you see, like, Chase Bank written in Chinese. Like, that just is what it is, So when I saw that, I was like, that's not fucking here. Oh, God, it's probably Paul. Yeah, it is. Whatchamacallit, yeah. So there was a couple spots where I was like, that's not New York. And then it was funny because at the end of the movie, when they were running to the train, you saw it said 23rd Street 7 train. And then when Sienna Miller's character has her walkie, she's like, yeah, I'm on the 6th train. And it was funny because, again, the movie, it takes place in New York, and then you're watching it in New York. So when you get certain things wrong, like when she said on the 6th train, not just me, you just heard a couple of people go, yo, that was the 7 train. What the fuck are you talking about? The 6 train, the 7 train. I'm just saying, guys, like, I get annoyed by that shit. I'm like, I just need to do your geography a little bit better. Like, not everyone could do, like, fucking I Am Legend and actually, do it a little bit correctly. But, anywho, what trailers did we get? We got, like, oh my god, like, shedding like a cat. There was Bad Boys for Life, which I'm excited about. A bunch of January movies that actually don't look too bad, which is surprising because it's January movies, What the fuck else was there? Oh, the Fox scandal harassment thing movie. My God, the makeup. Because I never actually saw the trailer, I just saw pictures. And I remember seeing, like, Charlize Theron being like, that looks more like Jamie King, the actress. I was like, they probably could have just gotten her, like, with the face. But seeing it in action, first of all, seeing like, you know, Nicole Kidman, like, just kind of like that, being Gretchen. And then the makeup they did on Charlize Theron to look like Megyn Kelly. And then I was like, oh my God, she really looks like Megyn Kelly. I hate Charlize Theron, you know, because I was like, you like Megyn Kelly. I was like, holy shit, that makeup team. Holy shit, that makeup team. Bless your hearts. That is some good ass fucking makeup. Holy shit. Like, I know it's Charlize Theron because her voice, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. What the fuck else was there? I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway. That was 21 Bridges, and I enjoyed it, you know, like, it's not, you know, like, there were some parts where I was kind of like, you know, but, whatchamacallit, I like that, like, they didn't have, like, they didn't make it too, like, fantastical kind of thing, like, I like that at times they ran into the guys, you know, because, you know, a lot of times, like, in these movies, they're always, like, they somehow are just, like, 20 steps ahead of them and they just missed them, but they'll be like driving down the street and they like run across, they're like, oh shit, there they are, you know. A lot of times movies, they just make it so like, wow, these guys like are like fucking superhuman and all that stuff. But anyway, that was Mad Bridges, and yeah.